Deputy Connolly, I understand, is sharing with Deputy Brughan and Deputy Collins.
And I welcome the opportunity to contribute to this debate, however short my 3 minutes is. I also wish to thank Fianna Fáil, although I share the deep cynicism in this room in relation to their commitment to see the actual changes through. And I also want to welcome the amendments from the real opposition, amendments which go to the heart of a debate on pensions that needs to be had in this Dáil in due course. I also, of course, wish to acknowledge the tremendous work done by Age Action and also by the National Women's Council, the Irish Human Rights and Equality Commission and the ICA. It's also worth highlighting that the Department, and presumably the Minister and the Government, had full prior knowledge of the unequal impact of these changes on women, and more particularly an analysis of a comprehensive sample of PRSI contributions carried out by the Department of the time, and details of which were released under a Freedom of Information request, highlighted and indicated the gender disparity. And it was quite clear. And more specifically, the document showed that the impact on the lower categories, where there was mostly women, was flagged by officials in October 11, that the government of the day and that this government would persist in first introducing and then leaving in place a pension that is totally discriminatory, beggars belief, and even more so given the very recent budget speech by the Minister, where he said, quite unbelievably, I'm also pleased to say that the work on equality and gender proofing of the budget continues. Indeed, the changes introduced by Deputy Burton at the time were and remain particularly egregious, given that they widened an already unequal pension gap. We know that women retire on at least 30% less pension, and that's on top of a pay gap prior to that. We also know that there's a need for a wider debate on 7 minutes, is it? 7? 6. Oh, thank you. There's a need for a wider debate in relation to the other issues that have been raised here, particularly the absurd situation where we have 65-year-olds forced to retire and then go down and suffer the indignity of going down and saying we're available for work and filling out a form confirming that they're available for work. You're actually, with your policy, asking people to lie. There is a solution to this problem. It's a very specific solution, and it's a very finite number of people, and I have absolutely no hesitation in supporting the motion.